You want to like him, but you can't.
Are you listening?
What?
Are you listening?
Did you bring me on this show to insult me?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all don't want it with us, man. You straight gangsters over here.
Straight
man.
gangsters.
Ah.
Yeah, good morning and welcome back. That's right, you are listening to Scout Team Radio. We bring it to you hot and live each and every morning, Monday through Friday, right here on 12-Ounce Sports Radio. I am one of your favorite hosts. They call me Loudbeard.
You are the most egotistical, self-deluded person I have ever met.
Okay, it's truth. I get it. And the man on the other microphone, he is a great American and a great patriot. You know him as
America. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is your boy, Chris America, coming to you live this Thursday, August the 8th, 2019. And we are on 12ouncesportsradio.com live each and every weekday. But you already said that. I'm having a groggy morning, Loudbeard.
That's okay. I think I have the perfect solution for you to help get you out of your grogginess and help wake you up. I have a topic that I wasn't going to start with. I wasn't going to lead with this, but I feel compelled. Something has compelled me to do this. But today, Chris America, today is the day. Today is the day that you can go and watch Dora the Explorer on the big screen. That's right. The live-action Dora movie comes out in theaters today. What an amazing weekend it will be because of this movie. And I do want to mention, I'm seeing on Twitter that it may not be that bad of a movie. I think this is going to be one of those sneaky good movies. I really do. So I'm going to give you a couple reviews here that I have seen on Twitter just to give you a little insight of how good this movie might be. Number one, this is from Hannah Flint. She's got a blue check. I have no idea who she is. Maybe a movie critic. Maybe she just likes Dora. She says, Dora and the Lost City of Gold had no right to be that good. Haven't had so much fun with a children's movie since the Lego Batman movie. A great tribute to the series, but bringing a meta-realism to comedy that makes it a hilarious watch for kids and adults. That makes it sound pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, are you right now? Are you on Fandango purchasing your tickets?
Not yet. Maybe I need another review.
Okay, we got one here. This is Scott Menzel. He says, Dora and the Lost City of Gold may not reinvent the wheel when it comes to family entertainment, but for little girls and children of color, this is a game changer. Male-driven adventure films are a dime a dozen, so Dora is a much-needed change that is long overdue. Okay, there you go, Scott. Thank you for your opinion there. Mm-hmm. One last one. This one is from Cherry Picks. I'm pretty sure this is a movie picking Twitter handle. So Cherry Picks, it says, reviews seen on Dora movies so far written by men skew negative, and those written by women are overwhelmingly positive. What could it all mean?
Hold on. Did they meet my friend Scott?
Nope, not yet. I think Cherry Picks and Scott need to get together. They
do need to get together.
I agree. And what could it all mean? Should one voice not be the definitive answer in whether a film is good or bad? Interesting. So that was just a couple tweets I saw.
That told me nothing about the movie.
Yeah, I know. Well, I did it last minute.
Trying to make a social statement there, Cherry Picks.
Yeah, Cherry Picks is just trying to sound cool, I think. I did see on Rotten Tomatoes it was trending at 79% at earlier today. It'll probably skew a lot more once more people see it. But that's actually pretty good for Rotten Tomatoes. 79% for Dora. Yeah, I mean, this could be one of those sneaky good movies, Chris America. We did not see this coming. When I saw that Dora was going to be a live action, I absolutely thought it would be horrific. But maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be fun.
I just want to know, will there be shouting? That's the only thing I couldn't take with Dora, is she always shouted. And she encouraged kids to shout with her. She'd be like, say it louder. I'm like, no, Dora, we don't shout in the house.
Wow. You put her in her place. Good job.
I did. I had to. Luckily,
Yeah.
Landon never got into Dora. I wasn't. I didn't mind. What was her cousin? Diego. Go
Yep,
Diego, go. That
Diego.
wasn't a bad show. Vamonos, Diego. Vamonos.
There you go. You speak Spanish now. I like that.
Yeah. And then he
We're,
had.
we're bringing in a new demographic with this conversation.
And I liked his song better than the Backpack song. Like, oh, rescue pack, coming to the rescue. Oh, les noches.
All right. Yeah, you did get to watch a little bit of that.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
I had the daughter side of the world, so we were all in on Dora for quite a while. So
Yep.
yeah, I did live through that. I wonder if my kids will want to go see this Dora movie. I don't know. We'll see.
Now-
We'll see. I'll see what they say.
Now, Loudbeard, you said you had the daughter side of the world. I have the boy son side of the world. I know nothing about little girl children. And I'm gonna be watching your daughter today. Is there anything I should know? Like, don't feed them after noon. They turn into gremlins. Anything particular that I need to know when it comes to making sure a female child doesn't like turn into a gremlin or something.
All right. There is plenty that you need to know, but you're gonna have to figure that out on your own. Good luck, friend.
All right, should be fun.
Yeah, good. Should be fun. Hey, I've got a serious question for you, but in a not so
Okay.
serious way. ESPN the Ocho was yesterday, but isn't it supposed to be on the 8th? Like, am I confused? Why would I saw highlights from it, and I was sitting there thinking, wait a second, did they do the Ocho on the 7th? Does that make any sense to you whatsoever? What is this all
Well,
about?
I think it's just. Well, it came from dodgeball, and I think ESPN the Ocho was just to make fun of how many ESPN channels there were back in the day, and the fact that they like have like Spanish channels and yada yada yada. So I don't know if it necessarily had to do with anything August 8th, but I could be wrong. But it would
Yeah,
make
see-
sense on 8/8. It's ESPN the Ocho.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And I think last year was on the 8th. This year, the problem is, and this is what rules our world, right? The number one sport in all of the land, the NFL is back tonight. We're getting preseason action on so many fronts. We're even going to get a preview of the Super Bowl. Should I tell you which matchup that is? Or should you already know? You should already
no, you
know
should
this.
tell me. No, you should tell me.
All right, Browns versus Redskins tonight. Preview of the Super Bowl. So I see why. We'll get into that later. I'll tell you why that will be a preview of the Super Bowl. But now I know why the Ocho did it on the 7th, because they couldn't put the Ocho on when there was a bunch of football because there's plenty to talk about. So they
Yeah.
had to push the Ocho back to the 7th, which I think is absolutely disrespectful to the Ocho.
It is disrespectful for the Ocho, especially when it's just the Browns and Redskins. Nobody cares about those teams.
Come, wait a second. No, there's a lot of teams playing. I'm just saying that's the Super Bowl preview team. Like, that's the game,
Oh,
the
okay.
highlight game of tonight. But I will say that I did see the Slippery Stairs highlights of that shared
Yeah.
on Facebook, and I was watching that,
And
that was mesmerizing.
It was exactly what I said it was going to be.
You are absolutely right. It's like, let's put a bunch of stairs and put dish soap on them, and then good luck, buddies.
Yep. I was watching some of that. People, the worst part is not getting up the stairs. The worst part is you got to be up ahead of everybody, because if one person falls, they're taking everybody out with them. Those stairs were
And they
not
could
very wide.
intentionally drag people down. So if somebody did get ahead of you, you could bump them, and then they would fall, and you just have to
Yep.
watch out and make sure they don't hit you. But then, of course, they would drag you down with them. So it was.
I don't know if you'd want to bump them though, because that you have to like be full on concentration up them stairs. If you're like making any sudden movements either way, you're going down.
Yeah, but if someone's ahead of you and about ready to win, you got to go all out, even if it.
Well, how are you
it
going to bump
costs
them if they're
where you're-
way up ahead of you?
Well, if they're right ahead of you, where you can.
Okay,
reach
I got
them.
you. Grab
You
their
see
ankle.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
grab
it's
their
like
ankle,
mountain
pull 'em.
climbing. When someone's a little bit ahead of you, you just pull them off.
Now I saw the beard championships, Loudbeard. You'd have to bring
I
your A game.
I didn't see the beard championships, but just from previous beard championships that I've witnessed, those guys are good. They bring really nice looking beards.
Well, then they style them and they curl them up and they wear different outfits with them. I mean, I still think you'd have it in the bag with the romper and your beard, but you got to bring your A game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pass just for this time because I feel bad because I'm like the Joey Chestnut of beards. So if I go in, you already know who's gonna win. So I like to give other guys an opportunity to win. That's how I feel. I think that's fair for the world.
I hear you. I hear you. The pizza aerial contest was kind of interesting.
What was that one all about?
It was just basically like fancy ways to toss a pizza. Like how you could like twirl it around you on the back, over the legs, or under the legs, that kind of stuff, like twirling and throwing and everything. But the one competition that impressed me the most was combat. I think it was called combat juggling, where you and another juggler face off, and then your main job is to go and knock one of their, I guess, bowling pins out of their hand, or like make them drop one of their pins without dropping any of your own.
Yeah, they had a really good slate of activities on the Ocho, and it's those sports that you really don't know about, but when you watch them, you're mesmerized, and that's what I like. That's what I like about the Ocho. It brings real quality to the sport. And combat juggling, I didn't know it existed, and now that you're describing it to me, I feel like I could get into it.
You can watch that for a few hours.
Absolutely. It sounds like you got quite a bit of a taste of the Ocho. I didn't see a whole lot of it. I didn't watch too much of it, but I saw some highlights here and there. But it sounds like you got a full slate of Ocho. You liked it,
I was
huh?
off yesterday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was decent.
Man, that's nice. Look at you.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I was off now that you say that.
Yeah, now I was in Fort Myers, now I'm back in the Chris America studios, ready to hit the water parks.
There you go. All right. Well, I mentioned that there's a lot of preseason going on. We'll talk a little bit about that preseason football here in a little bit, especially that Super Bowl preview game that's going to be coming up. AFC champion Browns versus NFC champion Redskins. It's all predictions, but we'll see that they come true. Antonio Brown, we get an update on his foot injury, talking NFL. He has been frostbitten by a cryogenic chamber. Is that the injury you expected?
No. I thought he had a blister.
Well, that's what the blisters are from. Apparently, he went into a cryogenic chamber, which is, a lot of athletes do those to help replenish and heal and refresh. And he went into the cryogenic chamber and apparently did not wear the proper footwear and received frostbite on his feet. And that's what caused all the blistering and made his feet look so gnarly, if you will. And I don't know, but this sounds like a dumb injury to me.
It does. Isn't the cryogenic chamber the one that Fry fell into and then got frozen and then didn't come back until like 35, and then his like great grandpa owned a spaceship delivery company?
Yes, and Futurama is an underrated TV show.
It is a very underrated TV show.
It is so good. It is.
It really is.
And I don't know why it ever got canceled the first time, but I'm glad they brought it back. And I can go back. That's one of those shows that I can just go back and rewatch. I can rewatch that more than I can rewatch The Simpsons. Like, I feel like The Simpsons, I'm just done because it's been on for so long. But like Futurama, it's the same animation and some of the same humor, but I don't know what it is. I just love that show, and it is totally underrated.
Fox is good for canceling shows that everybody likes. They canceled Family Guy, had to bring it back. They canceled Futurama. They canceled Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I thought was a good show. Luckily, NBC picked it up, but Fox is really good at keeping shows that nobody watches. Like Cops is still on. You mentioned it. The Simpsons is still on. I think America's Most Wanted is still on. I don't know anybody who said, like, the last time anybody said, "Hey, man, did you catch The Simpsons last night?" Yeah, I totally caught The Simpsons, and I watched Cops, too.
I didn't know Cops was still on. Is it still on?
It's not? I feel like it's still on. Maybe I'm just catching all those reruns.
I don't know.
Time.
They might have new ones. I mean, Cops is a staple for Fox. Like, that is one of their classic television shows. I love it.
Well, now Live PD's taking over. I have not watched that yet.
No,
I guess
have
that's
not.
where they go live and follow cops around live.
See, I feel like the live would be boring because I know it sounds exciting to be a police officer. Not. There is a lot of downtime. Lots of
so
downtime.
much downtime. Yeah, I used to work for the sheriff's department.
You know.
I know that when cops would film, they would ride with a cop for 3 months just to get the one or two like good shots for the one episode. It was a very difficult show to film.
That's interesting. That's a new fact I did not know. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, because the cop's not in a high speed chase every day, and every single episode they did the same thing. The first one was like to get your blood going. They'd be in a high speed chase or a foot chase or a fight or something. Then the second one was always like something drug related, but it wasn't like crazy. Like the guy was calm, or the third one was always like family related, people in fights and stuff, and you see them, talking them down and stuff. It became very formulaic. Cops did.
It did, but that's what TV shows do. They become formulated. I go back to all of the like Pawn Stars and American Pickers. They catch your interest at first, but then you realize after watching 3 or 4 or going through a binge of them, that it's the exact same show with just different people every time.
Storage
Cops do
Wars
the
was
same
like
thing.
that.
Oh yeah, big time.
And they like the A&E reality shows, they always had like the best teases in between the commercial breaks, but they never came through with the promise. Like on Storage Wars, they'd like make it exciting, like they found something great inside the storage, and then it's nothing.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's a pack of 1993 Topps baseball cards. Cool. They only made 4 million or billion or trillion copies of
But
these.
before the commercial, they're like, oh my God, this could be worth millions. And then they go to
Yes.
commercial, and then they come back and they're like, oh, it's just like you said. These are worthless.
Yeah. They're like, I thought this was 1903. It's really 1993. It's not the same. Definitely not the same. Okay, so Chris America, I'm getting excited for football, but we've talked a lot about pro football. There really hasn't been a lot of news and a lot of action on college football, but it's getting there. We're getting there. We're getting close to college football. I did see my boy Mackenzie Milton, quarterback of the UCF Knights, who is going through his recovery. He had a special on SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt the other night. He said he is ready to be back on the field in 2020. I was excited to see that. That gets me pumped up for some football.
We're not going to see a better comeback story than that. Maybe Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, actually, yeah, that'll still be the best. But I hope he does, man. He was such a good football player. And it could be fake, I don't know, but he is such a good kid, too.
Yeah, he does. He comes off as being a great kid. And, in this circumstance, he's saying that the doctors and everybody are telling him he's ahead of schedule. He said he's recovering much faster than anybody ever expected. I hope that's the case. I hope he comes back and he is the same guy he was before. So not only is it a great recovery story, but it's for a guy that is a great guy, that comes off as being a great guy. We don't know all the behind the scenes. We don't know him personally, but everything that we see, this guy looks like an absolute great guy.
Yeah, Memphis Ben's coming in. A tease before a break and never pay off? Sounds like my show. Yeah, that is a little bit like the College Credit Hour, Loudbeard. He'll tell the tease.
Yeah.
Some days he'll tease a topic the entire day and then never get to it because he's so excited about whatever the original topic was.
Classic. That's classic Memphis Spence. And that College Credit Hour, you can catch it every day on Sports Radio America, noon to 2. So check him out, Memphis Spence. Good listener to the show. We appreciate you. Good friend of ours. And he puts on a fantastic show. And he's
Plus
awesome
we
with
have
the
him on
tease.
retainer for all of our legal issues.
Yes, we do. In which we have many, unfortunately. So other college football news, Dabo Sweeney, coach of the Clemson Tigers, national champions. He comes out, and I guess the media's, poking and prodding. I'm trying to get some newsworthy stories out of him. So they're asking him about Kelly Bryant. And they're saying, Kelly Bryant, does he deserve a ring? And Dabo says, he wasn't on the team. You got to be on the team to get a ring. So Kelly Bryant, as we are well aware, left the Clemson Tigers halfway through the season after losing his starting job, after being unhappy with the process in Clemson, and he left. So he was on the team for part of the year, in your eyes, Chris America, would you think that that player deserves to get a ring for being on that team during the season?
I think so, yeah, because he contributed to wins, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so then he deserves a ring. It's the guy who rode the bench or was on the scout team. I don't know. I go back and forth on this issue a lot because I sit there and I think, well, they did help them towards the ring. Like they were a part of the team and they were part of practices, and I think he deserves it more than the guy riding the bench or the scout team guy, though. I will say that.
Now, scout team always deserves the ring, but
That's
my
true.
thought on it, in my opinion, is if you've played 1 second of any game during the entire season, I think everybody deserves a ring. You're part of it. Everybody's part of it.
Yeah,
And I get
you
it.
contributed your part.
Yeah, we're not all Trevor Lawrence, okay? I get that. We're not all the number one guy. We're not all the guy in the headlights. Headlights. Yeah, I'm in the headlights. Headlines. Spotlight, headlines, same thing. You're not always that guy. But if you're on that team at any point throughout the season, I do believe you deserve it. And I think, Dabo, don't be so salty, man. Just give the guy a ring. He deserves it.
Yeah, like these coaches. I mentioned this on Memphis Spencer's show before about how Nick Saban and Dabo Swinney always complaining about these kids transferring and yada yada yada. It's never hurt Clemson or Alabama that it's easier to transfer, has it?
Nope. Never heard him.
So
Seems
I don't
like it
know why
helps him.
they continue to complain about it. Just give the kid his ring.
It's the old man get off my lawn club.
All right, Loudbeard. I got some breaking news.
Yes.
Actor Danny Trejo rescues baby trapped in overturned car. Now, if you don't know who Danny Trejo is, he's infamously known from Machete. That actor.
Yeah, he was always like a villain in those like B-rated movies. And then he
But this
kinda
time
got a
he's the
little-
hero.
Yeah, Machete was the first one where he was actually that hero type. I think I remember him first in Desperado. He was really good in that movie. I'll be honest with you. He was quite the bad guy in that one.
All right, let's take it. Like I got an interview here. Let's take a listen.
All right.
Given to others. I'm telling you, everything good that has happened to me has happened as a direct result of helping someone else. Everything.
All right, everything good that's happened to him is a director. I don't know if that had anything to do with the rescuing the baby. Here's another clip.
Yeah. Like that little Explorer flipped it over. There was a baby inside and a grandma. And young lady, she left. The young lady had to crawl through the window because I crawled in. I couldn't get the baby out. I couldn't unbuckle the seatbelt. So she got in and undid the seatbelt. I pulled the baby out the other side. So she over here. Here she is. Tell her your name.
Monica Jackson.
You guys saw the accident. You went in to help.
Yeah.
How did everybody look? Were they okay?
She was hurt.
She was hurting, but all she said, give my baby, give my baby. And I looked in the back of the car seat, and I went inside the window.
Yeah, I couldn't get the baby out because
Yeah,
she was
because I
stuck
told
in
him
the car
fasten.
seat.
So I was trying to fasten him, got him unfastened, and he pulled him out. That's pretty much.
Okay. First question on this.
Yeah,
What did the girl's name say her name was? Michael Jackson?
The tweet says Ms. Jackson.
Okay.
But
We'll go
I
with
don't
Ms.
know what she
Jackson.
said.
I felt like she said Michael Jackson, but I could have
Yeah,
been wrong.
She could have been wrong.
The second part, Danny Trejo couldn't get the seatbelt undone and couldn't get it, so Mrs. Jackson had to come in
Yeah.
and actually save the baby. So headlines deceiving on this one, Chris America. Danny Trejo
Well, no,
let us
no,
down
it was,
a little
It
bit.
was teamwork makes the dream work.
Okay.
He still
okay.
pulled the
we'll give
baby
him some
out of the
credit.
car. He still pulled the baby out of the car. It's just, you've been at that angle before where you're trying to get your kid out of the seat, out of the seatbelt, but you can't reach the seatbelt, and you're talking, especially if it's like one or two, you're talking to them like, hey, can you just unbuckle it? No, they can't hear you. So then hopefully your wife or another friend is there with you to, hey, can you reach in the back and unbuckle that seatbelt for me? We've all been there, and I'm sure it's a lot more difficult in an overturned car.
Yeah, I've never had to experience that, fortunately. But I would imagine that upside down and with the pressure of the situation, I'm sure people are like the baby. I would assume the baby's crying, right? Like this
Yeah.
isn't just a easy situation. Baby's crying. Mom's probably freaking out in the front
Yes.
seat. Everybody's
Well, I mean,
upside
she was like,
down.
get my baby.
Yeah. Get it now. Help. Yeah, okay. That was a bad impression. And I would say it would be hard to get that seatbelt undone. So Danny Trejo, he deserves a Medal of Honor. I give it to him. I'll pin him. Pin him.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at the trending of best movie line ever. Some ones on here. Shirley, You Can't Be Serious. That's always a good one. I Am Serious, and Don't Call Me Shirley.
Yes, Airplane. Loved it.
They got
Oh, no,
Santa.
that was Naked Gun, wasn't it? Was that Naked Gun or
No,
was
that was
Airplane?
That was Airplane.
Okay, but it was both Leslie Nielsen. I know that's him. Yeah, okay.
Yes. Then you have Santa. I Know Him.
Oh, that was from. Yeah, you're gonna do these lines, and I'm gonna guess the movies. That's from Elf.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's from
Okay.
Elf. Let's see. That movie looks old.
Okay, I wouldn't have gotten that. I don't like old movies.
Badges. We don't need no stinking badges.
Oh, that.
I think it's from a TV show.
Oh, really? Is it? I guess you got the
I
answer in
think
front of you.
Is it Supernatural? Is that where the two brothers go and like investigate? All right, let's get back to movies here. Popular movies. It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses.
Is that Blues Brothers?
Yeah, that is Blues Brothers.
There we go.
All right, ready? Ready? Okay, here we go. We're really getting into the thick of the weeds here. I can do this all day.
Is that Captain America?
Yes, in what movie?
I can do this in all of his movies. I think he says that.
No, doesn't he specifically
it-
say it to Iron Man in Civil War?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. But he also says it to himself in Endgame, I believe.
Oh, does he?
And then he also says it on the first Avenger when he's getting beat up before he turned into a super soldier, when he's getting beat up in the alleyway against a bigger guy, and he gets knocked down. He's like, I can do this all day. So I think that's like his catchphrase.
Okay. Some mother effers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Oh, man. I do not know where that's from, but it's I'm going to go either Batman and Robin with Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to ice skate as Mr. Freeze, or because it's an MFer in there, it's got to be a Samuel L. Jackson movie.
No, not close. You're right on
Blades of
on
Glory.
kind of parts. What's that?
Is it Blades of Glory?
Well, you're kind of right in the fact that one, it was a comic book movie, and two, it was a black actor. It was Blade.
Oh, no, I would not have gotten that. When you say Blade, see, I said Blades of Glory. That would have been
You did.
closer.
Yep.
Look
you,
at that.
You
I'm
were
getting
even
close.
closer. You were getting warmer.
All right.
You
we're
either-
getting some
you either
crowd
die a hero-
participation.
Oh, we got some
Oh.
crowd participation?
Yeah, the one you're saying. So Memphis Spence, he just tweeted at Scout Team Radio. He said, best movie line ever. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. A great one. And yes, that is from The Dark Knight, which in my heart is still one of
It's
my
funny
favorite
because I was about
comic
to
book
read that
movies.
one.
You
So
were.
Memphis Spence suggested that one? I was about to read that one.
Yeah, you're stealing his thunder.
Now, this is kind of the same one. I'll make up my own. One of my favorite lines ever. Get busy living or get busy dying.
I like it. I can't remember what movie
This-
that's from, though.
Shawshank Redemption.
Gotcha. That's another great movie, Chris America. Great movie.
All right, here we go. Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Ooh, Home Alone. Not the remake.
Yeah.
But it's from an original movie because he plays that from another movie, but that's an old movie, and I don't know old movies.
Here's another good one. Fat guy in a little coat.
There we go. Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy.
Tommy
classic.
Boy. Oh, this is a good hashtag. This has made Twitter
This
fun
is a
again.
great hashtag. I'm sitting here like I could do this all day. We'll do it up to the break though. We won't do it the whole episode. I got. Are you not entertained?
Yes, that is from Gladiator, and these are stellar movie quotes.
What's in the effing box?
That is from that movie with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman.
Yep.
I'm talking it
Yep.
out now. It's
Yep.
that like thriller, and the head is in the box. It's Gwyneth Paltrow's head, and I can't remember the name of the movie for the life of me. It's on the
I'll
tip
give you
of
a
my
hint.
tongue.
I'll give you a hint. It's a number.
7.
There you go.
I didn't need a hint. I kind of did, but thank you.
All right. This is a movie that apparently is very popular. Everybody of all ages and sexes have seen this, but not me, because I thought it was just a chick movie.
Notebook.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
That is from Mean Girls.
Yeah.
I can't believe you haven't seen that. It's really funny. What's wrong with you?
I've been told this. I need to see it. Get away from her, B.
No, I got nothing.
I think this is Alien, where she's in the big robot claw suit, and she goes up to attack the alien.
Okay, we'll go with that. Well, I've got one for you, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna tease it a little bit because it is. You're gonna have to pick the movie that this is from, and it is also on the back of one of our Major League Baseball players because this weekend is nickname weekend, and all the players have got these great nicknames. But one of my favorites this weekend will be Emilio. Hey, Kawhi, what are you laughing at, man? This isn't funny. Fantasy sports reimagined. FanDuel, that's what I'm talking about. It is more than just fantasy sports. It's the best way to watch the games, win real cash, and bring the action right to your living room. Just choose a contest, make your picks, watch, and win. And if you go to FanDuel.com/STR today, you can get a $5 deposit bonus. Once again, that's FanDuel.com/STR. Come on, man. This is not a laughing matter. If you've been listening to Scout Team Radio for a long time, you know that myself, Loudbeard, has placed a bet or two in his day. That's right, I've lost the beard bet, I lost the romper bet, but one place I don't like losing is when I bet money, and I can easily do that at MyBookie. That's right, you can go to mybookie.ag, use promo code 12OZSports, and get a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000. Hey, guess what? That is a lot of money. Do it.
When I'm working hard, I build up a thirst for sports. That's when I grab a cold 12-ounce sports radio. Ah, 12-ounce sports radio. Quench your sports thirst.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite Patriot, Chris America, and I want you to listen every single weekday, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., and on replays from 11 a.m. to noon of Scout Team Sports. Listen, George Washington did not cross over the ocean blue in 1492 to defeat the Nazis, so you can listen to the same tired national clickbait sports stories. So once again, tune in to us every single morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., and then we replay from 11 to noon. I will see you there, and God bless America.
Welcome back. Thank you all for listening in. We appreciate you. That's right. You were listening to Scout Team Radio. He is Chris America. I'm Loudbeard. We bring it to you hot and live each and every morning, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m., right here on 12-Ounce Sports Radio. We also simulcast on the Full Press Radio Network and on the Barn Burner Podcast Network, or Barn Burner Radio Network, as it is now affectionately known. We are partnered with them. We're everywhere. If you can't catch us live, make sure you download that podcast. You can find that podcast anywhere you find podcasts. Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcast. You know, anywhere you find a podcast, you can hit us up. Just search Scout Team Radio. And if you want to get social with us, if you want to live tweet us while we're on the air, we encourage that. That's right. Hit us up on Twitter at Scout Team Radio. Memphis Spence has been tweeting in some hot movie lines. We've been talking about some of these great movie lines leading up to the break, and I'm sure we'll splash in a few classic movie lines throughout the rest of our show, because on Twitter right now trending is the hashtag best movie line ever, and it is one of the better hashtags I've seen out there, one of the better trending topics on Twitter. So, Chris America,
I had another one that says, it's also from Airplane. Excuse me, stewardess, I speak jive.
There you go.
Is jive still a thing? Like, do people still fluently speak jive? They need to bring it back if it's not.
It isn't, and it's sad because it's a dying language.
It was a fun language.
So I teased you before the break. I said,
does Memphis
one of my
Spence speak
favorite...
jive? Can he teach you some jive?
Can you tweet at Chris America? Now, I didn't ask this question, but we're going to go ahead and put it out there. Memphis Spence, please tweet at Chris America and at Scout Team Radio whether or not you know how to speak jive.
Because he's a little bit older than us.
I think it was an elective in college.
He's a little bit older than us. So he was probably around for the jive to know if he could learn it or not. We weren't. Jive was a little bit after, because I think Airplane came out in 83. So I think that's when, I was still trying to learn how to just speak, 2-word sentences. And we didn't have Dora the Explorer to help us out.
Well, you do now.
I
Dora's
do now.
Very helpful. She's the best. Other than speaking jive, I teased before the break a little movie quote for you, and it is also on the back of Emilio Pagan's jersey coming up this weekend, and that would be Emilio! What movie is that from, Chris America? You know, Emilio Estevez, the Mighty Ducks guy.
Is it from Mighty Ducks?
Nope.
I was trying to think of it, because all I could think of was Emilio Estevez once you shouted it.
Yes. And I'm going to give it to you. It is from Night at the Roxbury. That's when they're waiting in line and they see Emilio Estevez and they're like shouting at him, Emilio! I met him.
I've heard that's another really good movie.
You never saw Night at the Roxbury?
I need to.
It's an underrated movie also.
It was a great skit on Saturday Night Live.
There's so many good quotes in that movie. It's like one of those super quotable movies.
Is Chris Kattan one of the most underrated SNL alums?
Yeah, I think he is.
Because I thought he was hilarious, but when people start mentioning great SNL guys, Chris Kattan's name never comes up.
No. Yeah, he's probably in the bottom 50 of names that people would say.
Yeah.
There are so many more that you would say. And, yeah. So, anyway, baseball jerseys, they're going to nickname weekend. We got this Emilio one, but I got a list here of some of the better ones that you will see this weekend. And I'm going to throw these out at you. So if anybody out there listening has any favorite nicknames for baseball players that they are looking forward to seeing this weekend, you can tweet at us. If you don't, that's cool too. We get it. Baseball, it's not a cool sport anymore. Max Scherzer, he's going to have on the back of his jersey, Brown Eye. I thought this was a family show. I don't think that's appropriate. Shouldn't have brought that one up. Giancarlo Stanton, he got some heat last season. He had just the letter G on the back of his jersey, and everybody's like, dude, that's boring. So he decided to go a little bit funner this time. So he's going to go Parmesan Carlo. Now, do you think he's a veal or a chicken Parmesan Carlo?
He's chicken parm all the way.
Yeah, he's definitely chicken parm.
He's got to eat all that protein, man. I don't know if veal has enough protein.
Ew. Yeah, don't let PETA let us hear you talk about veal. They'll be all over us this morning. They'll be jumping all over us, Chris America. So Pete Alonso, his is polar bear, which isn't fun, isn't exciting, but I just had to mention Pete Alonso. He was the home run derby champion, and he is red hot right now, and he's leading the Mets to a comeback so that they can take over first place against the Braves in the National League. And, so I just wanted to mention that for that reason only.
Is it Blackman that's at Colorado with the beard?
Yes, Charlie Blackman.
Okay, so if he comes out with the name Loudbeard, are you going to be honored, or are you going to get our boy Memphis Spence to send him a cease and desist order for us?
Cease and desist. I'd be pissed. If anybody
Yeah.
takes Loudbeard, I would be pissed. Absolutely pissed. Jeff McNeil comes out with Flying Squirrel. Are you going to send him a cease and desist?
Yes. Flying Squirrel? Not allowed.
All right. Nelson Cruz, he has Boomstick on the back of his jersey.
Now, that's
this
a good
is
one.
This is a quotable one. See this? This is my Boomstick. What movie is that from, Chris America?
Is it, it's not Full Metal Jacket, is it?
It is not. It is Army of Darkness. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, no, I haven't seen that one. But see, I knew it was a war movie.
Well,
Or a
kind
military
of.
movie.
Kind of.
It's
So
got the word army in it, damn it. So I'm going to take that as a win.
yeah, Army of Darkness. It's a B-rated movie. It is directed by Sam Raimi, and it has stars Bruce Campbell. It is a cult classic. We'll put it that way. Something that you should see. Very
Well,
entertaining.
since we're bringing up B-rated movies, I'm going to go with You're Tearing Me Apart, Lisa.
I don't know what that's from.
It's from The Room, and we're having a The Room party soon at my house.
Really? Is it that interesting?
It is one of the most fantastically bad movies. It makes Sharknado look like a damn Oscar award-winning movie.
Okay. I hope I get an invite.
Mike Berlon is disappointed in me. Did you know It's Tearing Me Apart, Lisa? Mike Berlon? He's disappointed I didn't know Army of Darkness.
Yeah, it is one of the greatest movies ever made. Like, it is one of the best.
Okay, so we'll have to get Army of Darkness and The Room, and we'll have to watch those back to back.
Yeah, and I agree with you, because Army of Darkness you'll like. It is actually a spin-off, I guess you would say sequel or third movie. There's Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, and then Army of Darkness. But Evil Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2 are basically the same movie, just reincarnated. Anyway, Mike Berlon also says Max Scherzer's nickname is fantastic. Yeah, last year he did Blue Eye. This year he does Brown Eye. He's got two different colored eyes. I just like the Brown Eye one because, it's kind of a double entendre, if you know what I mean.
Is he born that way?
You're going to have to ask him, but I think so.
That's interesting.
You're very interested now, aren't you?
I'll leave it at that. No, well, because Mike Berlon posted his picture, and I'm looking at it, and it was just threw me off a little bit.
It's mesmerizing. I got a couple more here. Matt Beatty is Bader's Taters. So, yeah.
Okay.
Bader's Taters, I like that one. Christopher Negron is Negron James.
Oh, that's a good one. I love puns.
Love it. Play on words. Craig Kimbrell is Dirty Craig.
Okay.
Not to be
Hopefully
confused
nobody
with
named Sanchez
Dirty
goes with
Sanchez.
that nickname.
Yeah, this is a family show. Stop it. And I'll save the last one for Mike Berlon. He is a Reds fan. He posted this on the Craft Brewed Sports page earlier this week, but Joey Votto's going with a classic one. He is a first baseman, and he is putting Who as his name on his jersey. So, Chris America, who's on first?
Now, I hope he also plays Who Let the Dogs Out when he goes up to bat.
I hope I never hear that song ever again. That's one of those songs that's on my list of I don't ever need to hear it again.
Okay, which would you rather hear, Old Town Road or Who Let the Dogs Out?
Honestly, Old Town Road.
Okay, so this could be an interesting draft. We draft songs we never ever want to hear again.
I actually like this. I like where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Huh.
I already have a few that come to mind that I won't say.
Well, I
I
was
think
going
we
to
have
say
tomorrow's draft.
Hanson Mbop, but I don't want to say it because I know you fell in love with that chick from the band.
Oh, man, the chick from the band is hot.
You know which one I'm talking about, the one with the long
Yep.
blonde hair? Oh, yeah.
Yep.
She's looking good.
Woo. Fire.
All right, I'm gonna change gears here a little bit and talk a little UFC with you. I know you're a fighter, so you like to talk about some UFC from now and again. But hot news coming out of UFC: Colby Covington had a big win over Robbie Lawler this past weekend. So Dana White comes out and says that he is next in line to fight Usman, who is the I believe it's welterweight champion. if I remember correctly. I'd have to go back and look. I didn't write it down. Should have written it down. So over the weekend, apparently these two had a run-in at a Las Vegas casino and nearly started fighting on the floor of the casino. And now Covington is saying that it's personal. Now, this is a question I have for you. When do you go too far as a fighter when you're talking trash? Now, these are two quotes that Covington has said about Usman that, I don't know, that's kind of gray area here. First one, Covington says, "This is the first fight where I really wanted to kill a guy." Second quote, "You're obviously going to see a dead body when I fight him in the octagon. That's if he shows." Should he be saying this, that he's going to kill Usman in the ring? Like, I don't know that's kosher.
I'll allow it.
Okay. All's fair and
Compared to
UFC
compared to
more?
some of the things we've heard, as long as he's not talking about his wife, his kids, his religion, his culture, I think it's fine to say, like, I'm going to go out and kill him. I mean, we've been saying, I'm going to kill him, in the ring. I'm going to kill him on the basketball court. We've been saying, I'm going to kill those guys all the time in sports.
Yeah. Even the you're going to see his dead body on the floor of the octagon? You're okay with that part too?
Yeah, I'm all right. Because we know he's not going to literally kill him. Now, if he's like, you're going to see his dead body on the floor of his kitchen, then I'd be like, whoa, okay. Where are we going with this? All right there, Dexter, why don't you chill out?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like it's too far. And I'll give you my reason why. This year, we've had two boxers that have had like severe head traumas that ended up passing away because of that. Like, if something were to happen to Usman and he unfortunately did pass away in the ring, this would be a really nasty look for UFC. Like, I just don't feel like you say that you're going to leave a dead body on the ring. I just don't think that that's the right move for a fighter, but they're barbarians. What can I say?
If he actually goes and you can see him as he's just pummeling the guy, that he's actually trying to kill him, then that's when I'd be concerned. I don't know. I just feel like this is just trash talk.
Okay. Maybe I'm too sensitive. I'm just, me, Loudbeard, just the sensitive guy of the group.
You gotta grow that beard out a little bit more.
Yeah, get
You've
some
been
more
trimming
man
it too
in
much.
me.
You've been trimming it too much.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make it look real sweet, I like that sweet beard. So I'm going back to NFL because tonight we are getting some real preseason action. And not that preseason's the best way to, to watch football, but it's better than what we've had over the last several months, and that is absolutely nothing. And as I mentioned, we are getting a preview of the Super Bowl as the Washington Redskins are going up against the Cleveland Browns. But NBC Sports Washington's doing something cool. They're offering up in Washington markets the Predict the Game free-to-play live cash prizes. So what they're doing on the screen is they're having it like an interactive where if people come in and put out like what the score's going to be at the end of the quarter, the score's going to be at the end of the half, they can win money. So they're trying to bring in kind of the gambling crowd to bring up ratings for this preseason game. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think that'll make preseason football more fun if you're able to bet on it, kind of like what we do with the prop bets with the Super Bowl?
Oh, for sure. Anytime you can get gambling degenerates interested, you do it. Because they will watch, they will bet, they will bring in stuff that what else are you going to do if you're the preseason football?
Yeah, not a whole lot. And you can't put money, like, it's not like you're putting your own money down. NBC's just giving out free prizes, which is cool because that's even better when you're betting and you don't even have to bet your own money. It's all house money. That's even better. But to make it legal, that's how they had to do it.
No, then it's a great idea. Now you're getting just
great.
Anybody and everybody who's like, yeah, I'll play. I'll play your little game.
Now,
I mean, what else
tonight,
you got to do Thursday night?
That's true. That's true. Tonight, your Carolina Panthers are going against the very difficult Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears. Trubisky, who knows? He may play one down, maybe one series. So you might get a little action out of them. Panthers, feeling good about this one, are you, Chris America?
Yeah, I think we'll win. And
Here
it'll
we go.
prove that we are Super Bowl contenders.
There you go. That's what I love it. Patriots going up against the Lions. We get to see Matt Patricia go over and hug Bill Belichick after this one. That'll be cute.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward
All
to
right.
that.
Off
Other
the
than
top
that,
ropes trivia, Strange Things or A Foot at the Circle K? Which movie, Loudbeard?
Strange Things or A Foot at the Circle K. I feel like that's Bill and Ted.
That is Bill and Ted. Ah, you're so good.
Thank you.
I thought I could come off the top ropes, surprise you with something, and you still nailed it out of the park. Okay, continue on.
All right. All right.
Never know what I'm
You
going to
got-
strike
you got
with a
any
trivia
more for
question,
me?
Loudbeard. No, you never know what I'm going to strike with a trivia question, Loudbeard.
Well, I hope it's within the next 5 minutes because that's how much time we've got.
Oh, we do have 5 minutes.
All right. Look at
Did
this.
you just
We've
order a $5 shake?
I don't know where that one's from.
It's Pulp Fiction.
Oh, you're right. God,
When
I
he's on
should've
the
known
date
that
with,
one. That one's an easy one.
Yeah.
Should have known that one. Wow. I don't know what's wrong with me there. All right, Chris America, one last topic for you. I don't know if I want to get into this or not.
All right, what about this one? It was nothing like that, penis breath.
Nope, I don't know.
That was Elliot in E.T.
What? That was said in E.T.?
Yeah, I guess it was when the two brothers are fighting. That's kind of what kids in the 80s did when they fought each other. They just shouted out random different, like, creative names at each other, like penis breath.
This is all true. This is all true.
Like,
I
Mom,
see Mike,
that turd
Mike,
bucket took my toy.
I miss the 80s. I'll be honest. I feel like our... Hey, I'm going to sound like an old man. I'm doing the old man thing. I feel like we've gotten soft. We got all these electronics. We know too much information. In the 80s, it was a real peaceful time. Not as many electronics, and people said things on movies that were inappropriate. Like, go back and watch Howard the Duck. I mean, you see, like, female duck boobies on that movie, and that's weird. But
That
only
is
in the
weird.
80s would you witness that. It was cool back then. Now, we're all, like, PC, and we don't want to see female duck boobies. Like, why have we gotten into this planet that we live on?
I don't know, Loudbeard. There used to be a lot of cheap nudity in the 80s too.
Yeah, we've gotten away from that.
We have.
The world has changed.
Have fun storming the castle.
Have fun storming the castle. Nope. I
Princess
recognize
Bride.
it. Yeah, I should have guessed that. I'm actually stuck right now because right now Mike Berlon and Matt Barr are having a Twitter feud with all these quotes from Army of Darkness, and I'm just remembering all these great quotes. There's one that says, "Give me some sugar, baby," and then it says, "Hail to the king." These are quality quotes. You gotta watch this movie. It's really a fun movie. I probably watched it maybe a dozen times when I was in college. Like, that was our okay. There's nothing going on tonight. There's no keg party, and we would, like, a group of us would just hang out, have a couple beers, and watch that movie. It was just amazing. You don't understand what you're missing.
All right, so do you own it?
Probably, though. I'm becoming digital, so we've recently packed up. Like, I had this whole, like, storage rack full of DVDs that all just sat there and collected dust for the last, like, 3 years. And everything I watch is all online or digital, you know, between Netflix and downloading stuff. And so we packed all of our DVDs up and put them in these, like, Rubbermaid bins and moved them out into the garage like as storage. And I'm thinking, I probably have it in there, but I'm not going through there. We'll see if it's on somewhere where we can stream it.
Okay. We'll figure it out. We'll get our hands on a copy of that one and The Room.
Okay, there we go. And, you know, we won't really get our hands on it because we're going to go digital, right? Like, we can't.
That's true.
You get where I'm going with this. We're
I
living
am.
in a new century now, friend. This isn't the 80s anymore where you put your hands on things.
DVD
It was
rack
okay
companies
then.
are, like, going out of business left and right. Got to start making
Yeah.
different furniture if you're a DVD rack company.
Seriously, why would you even need that nowadays? I had so many movies, too.
And you'd always buy a DVD rack, and you'd still be like 5 too many DVDs. Because you never really know how many DVDs you have, so you kind of take a guess when you're looking at the DVD racks, and you're always 5 short of your guess.
Yeah, and you'd stack them on top, and then you'd go buy a new one, and you're like, oh, should I buy a new one? I don't know.
Like I just spent
I used-
$40 on this one.
Yeah. I used to Tuesdays is when the DVDs would be released, and I remember on Tuesday mornings if like a great movie had come out, I'm like, I'm buying it. I'm going to go home and watch the bejesus out of that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Different times. Well,
I really
this
do
has
like
been
the
a
word
great show,
bejesus,
man.
though, by the way.
Oh, bejesus, yeah.
Yeah,
I
don't,
made that
I
up
don't even know where
myself.
it comes from, but it's funny.
It's still funny. Great show, my friend.
Great show.
We did it.
If you missed any of it, make sure you go to scoutteamradio.com, Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcast, Podbean, Google, whatever their Google thing is.
If you're looking for me tonight, I'll be at Dora the Explorer.
Nice. Have fun with that.
It looks really good. Mike Berlon with the DVD rack in his living room. Nice.